before we get to that game, Nick, if y'all do lose, then it'll mean what? Nothing.
I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do or say. Like, it's gonna be bad. I might have to come in here with a Steelers jersey, put a towel over my head or something. I don't know, but
I'm gonna come. You know, with it. I'm gonna come with the brown paper bag over my head. like the Browns fans be in this.
I'm gonna tell you this year with Derrick Henry, if y'all lose this game, you won't be able to.
There you go buying low again. There you go buying low.
It's
again.
Not buying low.
Yes,
do you see Derrick Henry?
You trying to set us up with Derrick Henry? All like you see, you
no. Y'all know he looks different compared to the first 2 weeks. He has 1,000 yards already. He's like Ashton Genty in the NFL. We beat y'all with 8 and 22 back there. Oh, you're not gonna be able to shut me up. But we got the Commanders and the Ravens. Battle of the Beltway was taken by Baltimore 30-23. Lamar Jackson completed 20 passes, 323 yards, a touchdown, and a Mark Andrews interception. Jayden Daniels, 24 completions, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I go, yeah. I mean, just to talk about get this out the way. Washington, they in good hands. Like, you know, they're going to be a good team. They are a good team now. I still expect them to beat a lot of teams. They just gotta get up. They gotta learn how to run the ball. They gotta be better with that. I think that's what I think Cliff needs to work on that. And they was out without Brian Robinson, so that's the one explaining a lot of that. But they couldn't run the ball at all. But yeah, they gonna be all right. So, and Jayden Daniels, he's that, like, just the poise he has, standing in the pocket, like he's nice. He's gonna be one of those ones. We talked about that last show. We said that before. Pre-draft, draft. He's definitely that. He's gonna be good. That boy can throw the ball. He really can. Even under pressure, it doesn't seem like he's, other rookie quarterbacks, they look like they're out of control. With Jayden Daniels, he looks like he's just always in control of everything. We see he can check at the line. He can do anything. He looks like a veteran quarterback, and he's only been playing football for 6 games. So it was good to see. It's good to see. But shout out to Washington because they made the right pick, and their franchise is in good hands with him, like really good hands. Just talk about the defense a little bit because I want to focus on offense, but talk about the defense. But they were better. They look better. It's not fixed. It's still a lot of holes in that secondary. The way I was talking about 77, I'm gonna start calling we're gonna start referring to him as 32 now, because at this point, that's who he is. He's just a number because Marcus Williams is trash, and he's the biggest reason. That look right on his head top. He's one of the biggest reasons why the secondary is having. Well, he's slow. He's late to react. So I don't know what's going on with the boy. But it's not like every big play. It's not like every big play the Ravens giving up. He's trailing. He's right there. It's on his head. He catch the ball. So, but I think whatever Dan Pease did, I think it cleaned up a lot of things. We didn't see, a lot of communication issues, which was the issue before now. Just being out of place. And like I said, to hold a team that's averaging over 30 points to 23, that's good. Like you played well defense. Coming to the game, I said my focus was the outside linebackers. I wanted them to keep contained. Wasn't worried about the sacks, and they did just that. They kept him in the pocket. Even when he did break the pocket, he wasn't running for. We had 22 yards. So he didn't run for a lot. Like I said, they didn't let the Commanders run the ball at all. So the outside linebackers, they really stepped up and played well. So now I switched my focus, which is, to the offense. Start with the offense line. We were on them. They're playing very well, very good football. And I guess that's what happens when you don't play together in the preseason. Only, a couple snaps or they start making the changes that Nick was talking about, putting this person left guard, making the change they need to make. And now they look like an okay unit. Now they're looking like they're a well-oiled machine right now. Like, even in pass protection, Lamar's getting time. He's sitting back there throwing the ball right. I mean, they always were good at run blocking, but now they're coming together. And we talked about not so much that he was declining the talent, but because his injuries, Ronnie Stanley, he's back to all-pro form now. Like he is who we thought he was before the injury. Who he was before the injury. Now he's back to that level. He's playing at that level where he could be. You talk about the Trent Williams, whatever. He's right there. Like if Trent Williams is 1, he's 1A, 1B. Ronnie Stanley is back playing to that level now. Whereas you see the Ravens run right, but the majority of the Ravens runs are going left right behind Ronnie Stanley now. And that's how it should be. You pay somebody this much money, we should be able to run the ball behind you every single time. And it's good to see that, you know, it looked like he's fully recovered now, knock on wood, but it looks like he's fully recovered now from that injury, and he's playing, you know, playing very good football. Lamar looks like Lamar. Like I said, you got it. Like I said, he is going to lose votes because of what the hell Dark Henry is doing. But I would like we've always known this, but he's becoming a complete quarterback. Like you can see it there. Like he can stand in the pocket, he can make any throw. I guess the first 2 weeks of the season, like you said, when you don't play in the preseason, it's hard to gel. So now they're starting to gel, and the offense is looking like you really can't stop it. He has a lot of options. Bateman's coming to his own. Zay is looking like the number one receiver, looking like a very bona fide number one receiver right now. And now, because you're establishing a run with Ronnie, they put 8 in the box, and now you can run your wide receiver screens to Zay. And now the outside opens up. So now you're flowing, and it's gonna be hard to stop. You say you like the Chiefs and the Raiders. You should be happy that you get this Ravens offense early, because you're not gonna be able to stop it soon. It's going to be, you're not going to be, the only thing that's going to stop the Ravens offense is themselves, drop passes, or, you know, maybe bad play calling. But if they rolling, you're not going to be able to stop them. It's too many weapons. It's too many options. It's too confused. Like, they can average 7 yards on the ground and play, and they averaging 15 yards in the air play. You're not going to be able to do nothing with it soon. So like I said, you better get them now, because now they really, like I said, now they unlocking Zay, it's going to be too different to stop Zay and Henry and Lamar. That's too much to prepare for. That's pretty much what I got from it. They just kept their foot on the metal. They look like a good team. This was a complete win. Special teams, defense, offense. It looked good. And like I said, they won the game by 7 points because the Commanders are a good team. They really are a good team. They really are a decent team. So yeah, shout out to the Ravens, just doing what they had to do, you know, protecting that 2-score second half lead. That's what I like. That's what I love seeing.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I mean, I'll start and say that it was a good win. Very pleased how we played at home, you know, through 6 weeks. You know, it's 6 weeks. We still got a long way to go. And, you know, I've seen this before. Like, we went 14-3 last year. So I don't get too high, get too low after these games. I'm just happy that we continue to stack and get better. And that was the goal and agenda before the season. We said we wanted to see continued growth week after week as we try to build towards January. And it's looking real good as far as the bricks and layers that we're adding and how we can evolve our game plans as the week moves on. I talked about in the first couple of weeks, we need to figure out what type of identity we wanted to have. You know, it seemed like we were stuck in between wanting to spread teams out, not knowing whether or not we wanted to put Lamar under center. And it just seems like we found our identity. Lamar's going to be under center. We're going to go in that I form. We're going to run stretch plays, outside zones. We're going to get Derrick Henry in screens. And we're also going to mix it up with RPOs and use deception to utilize the threats that both of them are in the run game, and also sprinkle in Zay Flowers as an extension of the run with the quick passes, the wide receiver screens, the jet sweeps, so on and so forth. So it's becoming a difficult offense to defend because you have a home run hitter that's 240 pounds in Derrick Henry. You have Lamar Jackson, who's the best dual threat quarterback we've ever seen. And you have Zay Flowers, who has 4.4 speed, 4.3 speed, and shifty. And then, you know, you can mix in different wrinkles within that. It is hard to defend. So I'm glad that Monken, you know, back-to-back weeks, Lamar Jackson has thrown for 300 yards. Zay Flowers, first Ravens receiver in 8 years to have back-to-back 100-yard games. So I also talked about wanting to work on the passing game now, so it's not something that you have to work on later, even though last year we were a pretty versatile team until we got till January, and then we forgot that we were a versatile team. But you know, we're starting to build on those passing concepts and you know, look at how we utilize Zay now versus week 1 and 2. He's actually running routes now. He's actually getting downfield now. We actually can use him in the intermediate zone of the field. So you know, it's just good to see. Zay Flowers, as Keys mentioned, #1 receiver. He had the second highest offensive grade yesterday for wide receivers, which was only behind A.J. Brown. So whether he's a 1 or 2 doesn't matter. I know Zay Flowers is going to show up. I know even in that playoff game where he pissed me off, wasting my $1,000 when he fumbled on the goal line, but at least he showed up and made a play and almost scored a touchdown. Like, I don't have to worry about him disappearing in the big moments from week 1 of his career. You know, from the start of Zay's career, he's always been a baller. And that I respect about him. So to see him look like Antonio Brown for a half, I was pleasantly pleased about that. Keys briefly mentioned MVP. I wanted to talk about that too. Derrick Henry's playing out of his mind. And anytime you add a Derrick Henry, you know, a battering ram with this type of speed and pedigree, and you put him next to a Lamar Jackson, you know, it didn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that was going to be a great combination once they realize how to play off of each other. Derrick Henry last year amongst qualified runners ranked last in the NFL in yards per carry before contact with 2.1 yards per carry. So basically saying he got hit more so at the line of scrimmage last season, had to get a lot of his yards and do a lot of his damage out from out the mud. You know what I mean? He didn't get a lot of help from his O-line or for his offense in general. This year, completely different story. He's able to get 3.9 yards per carry before he gets his first initial contact. So he's already 4 yards down the field, head of steam before a defender's touching him. So when we talk about MVP, I don't know if I can really just act like through 7 years, we haven't seen any running back next to Lamar Jackson succeed and do well. It's just different when you put him next to a guy that's not replacement level. Derrick Henry's a Hall of Famer. This ain't Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards had 813 last year. He had people talking about him like he was one of the top dogs. No, he's not. Derrick Henry is, though. And then you put him next to Lamar, you're literally cheating. And we haven't even seen like the full brunt of this because it's not cold yet. You know, they don't want to tackle Derrick now. Just imagine when it gets cold and you got that 240-pound madman running towards you and you don't know whether it's an RPO or what. You don't know if Lamar done faked him out. I've seen so many plays yesterday where Lamar fakes design run and hands to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's off on the edge. Lamar is going the other way. The defenders are following Lamar. Derrick Henry's 10 yards off the field now. That's the Lamar effect. Also, in addition to that, I wanted to talk about people like Travis Jones showing out. We talked about Travis Jones before, and interior defender. He was one of the key reasons why, along with Brian Robinson's injury, but also just our defensive line in general. Commanders only averaged 2.9 yards per carry, and they were the second-ranked rushing attack. So we know in Baltimore, one thing, even if our defense is struggling, we're going to stop the run. That's something that we usually always do. So glad to see that still be a weapon for our defense. David Ojabo, I'm about to start. Matter of fact, David Nojabo. I don't know where he's at. Have you guys seen him? Yannick just got signed off the street and out-snapped Nojabo and came up with a sack. Don't know what's going on with him. Would like to see more, especially as this defense struggles. You know, we got to find consistent playmaking. We do get pressure, but the pressure is randomized. Love to see somebody step up and be a consistent force week after week after week. I'm not talking about, get me 2 sacks one game, 1 sack the next week, and then we don't hear for you the rest of the season. I'm talking about consistent. So something that we can build on. Owe can't really get on because at this point of the season, he's had a good year. Ojabo flashed early, haven't seen him recently. So we're going to have to continue to work on that and see if we can get anything out of that, because there's no reason why somebody can get signed off the streets and end up with a sack immediately. It seems like these vets that we sign, the Benoits, the Clowneys, the Yannicks, they always come through and do what they need to do. It's just like, why can't our young guys continue to do some of that stuff continually? But other than that, man, again, great win yesterday. I'm excited. We have a tough game next week against Tampa Bay, but I think we'll be ready. I think that's another shootout. But again, we can't get too high or too low. This team, their measuring stick is in January, and we already know what we do in the regular season, what Lamar Jackson has done in the regular season. There hasn't been a healthy Lamar Jackson season where we haven't been one of the league's bullies in the regular season. We need to transfer that to the playoffs. But I hope and pray that with Derrick Henry in a new perspective, or a new person in that locker room, new hunger, new drive, maybe things will be different this year.
Yeah, I mean, good win against a quality opponent yesterday. We talked about it a lot early in the season. Just how was this offense going to evolve and mature as the season went on, and you starting to see it on a week-to-week basis. Early on in the season, you saw a lot of I formation and single back, and what were they doing? They were running out of it. Yesterday, what did they do? They get under center, and Lamar's 11 for 12 in play action passes yesterday. What you saw was the Redskins anticipating a lot of runs, putting a bunch of men in the box, getting single high looks, and Lamar was killing them. He had his way for real, to be honest with you. So just watching him evolve as a passer, back-to-back 300-yard plus games, loving what I'm seeing from him. Defense got timely stops. I mean, they still gave up a lot to Jayden Daniels. I mean, he still had 250 plus passing yards. They did shut him down rushing, but just got to be better in that aspect. I did want to shout out Bateman. He's got 8 catches for 129 yards and a touchdown in the last 2 games. He's been making plays. He had 2 big catches on that 93-yard drive to kind of jumpstart that drive and get it going. So good to see him getting the ball, getting some touches, getting involved. Shout out Zay. But all in all, just a good win for us. I think Nick and Keys kind of covered everything.
Well, I want to salute to Jayden Daniels. I really like what I saw from him yesterday. Even in the loss, you can tell the future is bright for him. He was composed. Historically, Baltimore is not an easy place to play in, even though as of late it's not the vaunted bank, but it can still be difficult, especially for a rookie. But he handled it well. They were handicapped not having Brian Robinson. They couldn't run the ball. Austin Eckler isn't. He's not going to do anything with that big front that y'all have. But I like what I saw. I like what I saw. McLaurin made plays. They're not finished yet. They're not finished yet, but they definitely got the groundwork.
You name one healthy player.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That just shows you when you draft right, you get a franchise changer. This is why you get the franchise changing quarterback. Because it's not like he's going into a team with mad help.
Nah, Zach Ertz, he's not what he used to be, and the wide receivers they're complementary pieces. They're not. Everybody is not a playmaker. A lot of blockers over there, but they're making things happen. Still put 23 points up. I did like what I said. I was gonna bring up Bateman. I'm glad y'all did. I was watching that game. Like, this is 2 straight weeks that I've seen good wide receiver play from him. So I know that makes y'all happy.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of talk about it. I was going to say something aside from Bateman. So if you was going to say something about Bateman, go ahead, Nick.
No, nothing about Bateman. I was just Zay had that production in the first half. It seemed like,
yeah.
But I mean, baby stuff.
No, they definitely featured him. No, they definitely.
Commanders' defense is terrible. They looked confused.
People remember Zay went off on them in training camp last year. Like that's where he started getting all that film.
Yeah.
He was tearing them up in training camp. But I was going to ask. We ask every week, what's like y'all confidence meter now after 6 weeks? Like, how you feeling now about the team and the direction we heading with Monday night in Tampa next week? Because that's going to be a tough game.
Oh, it's going to be a real tough game. I'm just content. Like I said, same thing. I'm not like crazy. Like, oh yeah, you did it, or like low. Like I'm not feeling how I was feeling at 0-2, of course. But but at 4-2, I feel good. To be able to win 4 straight games, and like you said, it's gonna be a shootout Monday, Nick. But this is the first time and probably ever as a Ravens fan, I'm very confident that we can win a shootout. I want it to be a shootout.
I prefer the shootout.
Yeah, get us in the shootout, and we're going to win the game. Like, that's how I feel at this point. So I feel good. Just got at this, like you said, just keep building. Monday's another big chant. Like, for a lot of people talk about y'all back in the schedule. Our schedule has been crazy at the beginning of the season. Like, outside of the bum ass Raiders, who knows how the hell we lost to them. It's been a difficult schedule. And I mean, Dallas gonna be with Dallas, but it's been a difficult schedule. So just keep.
I can't believe we lost.
Listen.
I know you're taking yourself up.
Like, damn.
I was trying to come in here thinking about, I'm gonna talk some shit. And I'm like, damn, we lost to the Raiders. I can't say a word.
Right, that's not the Raiders loss is literally stopping me from like, all right, we can't even get too high because of that shit.
Good win.
I was waiting for it. I was gonna say we didn't get to play Aiden O'Connell. I was waiting for it.
Nah, fuck that.
I was waiting for it. I'm like a battle rap.
That's going low. That's going low.
Yeah, I don't even care about that. Like, we lost to the Raiders. They beat like that's that. I don't care about them damn Aiden O'Connell.
Nah, but confidence meter, man. So I mean, if it was a 7.2 before, it might be a 7.5. It's ticking up. 4 straight wins, and in that 4-game winning streak, we've shown that we can score the best of them. We've shown that we can beat the best of them. But again, it has to translate. We have to continue. I think hopefully nobody in that locker room is getting too heady, getting too high ahead of themselves. I don't want to see John Harbaugh dancing in the locker room or doing cartwheels or anything. Like I want a different approach to this year. Like 14-3 last year kind of seemed like we've had a similar season like that. Lamar's initial MVP, similar season as far as team success, but it seemed like we felt like we won before we put in the work. And as fans too, like I was drinking the Kool-Aid too, because it felt like that. That was the aura around the team this year. And granted, Lamar, he's business like he's going about it like just another game, just good win. Let's keep it moving. And hopefully coaching and top to bottom, they're like that. And I think this has a chance to be very, very dangerous team going forward. And I'm liking what I see. Like he said, like the fact that we can outscore a team, I would rather with Lamar Jackson at this point, from what I've seen in 7 years, I'd rather get into a shootout than getting into a close game. Like I trust this whole situation.
Trust that the stars that you do still have the stars on defense. They might not be to stop a nosebleed, but just trust that, just like Marlon, they're going to be to make one play. Just one play. That's all we need is one play. So you gotta be able to trust that.
In Kansas City, they made one play.
Yeah, they did
to get us the ball back. You know what I mean? And the offense almost won the game. So I like what I see, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was gonna say my confidence meter like a 7.5 because we've seen this before. Like you and I, we was at the bank of the AFC title game. Like I know what the high of highs feels like. I don't get that from week 6. Like I expect a Commanders fan to say like their confidence meter at like an 8, 9, or 10. Like they 4-1 going in the week. They've never been here before. Like this is an every year thing for us when Lamar's a healthy quarterback.
It's fair though.
That's fair. This is not, nothing's changed. The only difference is we should maybe be 5-1 or 6-0 if you take away 1 or 2 plays from the first 2 weeks. But outside of that, like we've seen this before. Like I like the journey. I like the process. Like I don't mind, not to say I want to lose, but we done gone into the playoffs the last couple of years too high. Like we just gone in smelling ourselves essentially. And I think it's cost us football games. Like Nick said, the team don't feel too heady right now. And I think they gotta maintain that levelness. And I think part of that is Lamar and his growth as a leader. And I think you've seen it week in, week out. He's not satisfied. You see Lamar on the IG live. No, Lamar got bigger fish to fry, and you can kind of tell he on one of the missions this year. It feel like he is every year, but it just feels a bit more elevated this year.
No, that loss last year, I think, affected him a little differently. We talked about it before, like how he's maneuvering and how he's moving now, just more sure of himself and less inhibitions. Like he's freer, and sometimes defeat or failure, sometimes it can free you in a sense, right? And in this case, like, getting with teammates, sometimes you got to get with them, let them know, like, I need more, like, stop, I need more, I need you to do your part, like in game. Like I've seen that this year. The Marlin, like a lot of times in the past, Lamar might have laughed that off. You know how Lamar is. You not really want to talk about it. No, nigga, why was you on live right now? Like that after you lose in Kansas City the way he did, and he's the one who has to get slandered for a summer. Like y'all don't even talk about my second MVP. Y'all talk about that I can't do something for a whole summer. So I got to deal with that. And you over here being goofy. No more of that. And shit, Marlon's play has improved over the last several weeks. He had as far, I'm not the biggest PFF fan, but he graded highly yesterday, and he was out there looking a little better than Brandon Stevens. I'll tell you that. So
I think Dan Pease just got a lot to do with that. Like because I think Dan Pease's background is probably secondary, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I just think they look completely different as far as communication. Like, yeah, Marlon look okay, but yeah, Brandon Stevens, I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, Marlon led us with 9 tackles yesterday.
Stevens be there. He be
Yeah,
there.
it's like he can't finish, dog. It's like what's going on?
That's what somebody said on TikTok. He be in position, but he got terrible ball skills.
Yeah, like
he do. Oh.
He be in position.
He be in position.
He be in position.
But he got terrible.
But he got a terrible ball score. Hey,
you can't even talk. You can't even talk sports.
I don't like that at all. I need you to have some ball skills.
But back to football, like on that touchdown to Terry, he was on him. It was actually a penalty. He was like on him early. Didn't he want the ball? Pause.
But you never say like, "Yo, that girl's cute," but if only she has some better teeth or something like that. No, her teeth are
right.
Like she's ugly.
That means something.
He don't turn around, so he ain't helping nobody. Thank you that you're on ball,
something.
but damn.
Yeah, that means something.
And he the number. I mean, technically he's the number one corner, so he got to stick with the number one receiver. They be toasting his ass.
Yeah, they do.
Usually you put your number. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I was thinking that is this defense going to be something that is going to help us going forward? And I think Keisha made a good point. Like we do have so many high pedigree, highly experienced players on that side of the football, mixed with some youth too. But we have enough vets that have done things in their career where I feel that in a big moment we can be situational and we can be situationally great.
Mm-hmm.
I think thinking that last year's defense. I mean, listen, man. To your point, Zach Orr, he's still maybe this is something in November, December. We see a completely different defense once he starts, learning the ropes with play calling, starts interacting with Dean more. But we're gonna have to score 35 a game at this point, 30 to 35.
I mean,
it was physical yesterday. They was hitting yesterday.
Yeah, you just gotta get more. I mean, it comes with you gotta get pressure. When they get cold, the team shouldn't be able to throw the ball how they throwing it now. The game plan going to change. Games going to be different. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be okay. I think it's like you said, it's too many names on that side of the ball for them not to be okay. It's just that Brandon Stevens, if he's going to be the number one corner, it's going to be a problem if you can just put anybody on him and they just throw back shoulder. Like he sucks against back. Like just practice that all week. Practice back shoulder throws. He can't stop a back shoulder throw to save his life.
So even when you know
Adams had a field day with them at home.
Even when Keon Coleman can't separate any other way. That's not even separation. He's just using his height. Like it's coming, and Keon was abused.
You can't put Marlon out there because he's just too damn slow now. So it's like, this is that's what I said. I don't care about the week. I feel like we got enough weapons. Bring in a cornerback. Go make a trade for a third. You could say cornerbacks, you can get them for cheap. Go get a third round. You can get a damn near Pro Bowler with a third round at that position. Go trade a third round pick, get a cornerback. You need a cornerback with the secondary. You need one.
I would have kept one of those vets, probably Darby, if I could have.
Yeah.
Because we went young in a lot of different positions, and you expect some type of development as far as year to year, and we've seen development is just not drastic development. It's in bits and pieces of marginal development, and when you let people go, you're not expecting it's in bits and pieces. You're expecting something more moderate, and you just need these guys to take steps forwards, and we need Marcus Williams to be the vet that he was signed to be and actually be a force back there. I remember
because they can't. Because Marcus Williams, you can't. If you're a cornerback, you can't even play press coverage because you can be over the top. Marcus Williams can't help you.
Was he dropped?
Play off.
What was his on that touchdown play?
I don't know, dog. Because Jayden James just looked like that was a perfect fucking throw.
Yeah, it was. What was his initial injury? No, it wasn't a lower extremity injury, was it?
It was his
like
arm,
a shoulder or something.
Yeah, it was like his
last year's shoulder.
Like his arm. Yeah.
So is it just old? He just looks 2 steps behind everything.
I don't know what it is, but he play every damn down damn near. So he needs to be better.
Million, you have to.
No, you don't.
It's 70. Ask the Browns. You saw it. When you make money, you have to play. When you make money, you got to play.
But this not Cleveland. It used to be, but this ain't Cleveland. It's Baltimore.
I like that. But nah, because like you said on that touchdown, it was just you didn't know you had to be there. So, I do remember
Keys at that.
He started off hot. What he had 3 interceptions his first like 4 games.
Yeah, he was living up to it. We was happy. He was getting picks, diving across the middle.
I remember.
Rod Woodson back there at first.
Yeah,
and did all that.
Oh, he's the best in the league. Yeah, I know.
It was looking like a bargain deal at that point.
Yeah. Now he looks like you got him out of Ali's.
Now he looked like the worst safety in the league. Shit.
I'm about to say it's an article out there saying the Ravens had the NFL's best offense. What y'all think right now?
6 weeks, definitely.
I mean, y'all got the 2 most dangerous people on offense, so by nature, I would say so.
Yeah, and consistently we've been scoring like the top offense, and advanced metrics probably point in our favor as far as that is concerned. We don't show any real weaknesses. The offensive line was a weakness, but we found the correct grouping of guys and personnel to kind of get the most out of that situation, and they're growing and getting better as the days move forward. So yeah, man, I think we definitely are the best offense, and just given the fact that this offense has had, we haven't played complimentary this year, so it has had to go beyond and above and beyond. You know what I mean? We've had to go the extra man and score 30, 35, 40 points to get some of these wins in this 4-game win streak. We ain't getting these wins easily. I think the only easy one was the Bills, maybe, because they just a finesse soft ass team. But as far as but I mean, every other game was kind of hard fought, and we've shown that we can take it there if we need to. And my thing is, scrap if we need to. Let's just take it there every game. You know what I mean? Let's just get it going. Todd Monk, and if you keep it up, you might dupe somebody. They might think you head coach material.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, I keep hearing
he's gone.
You said every year about calling this. I think you be jinxing.
Yeah, no, he loves it.
You said the same thing about Matt. You said
the same thing about said he loved Todd's system, but
he's out of here.
I heard the Ravens like. Go ahead.
No, I'm just. Have I been wrong?
Yeah, you said he was gone last year.
Who, Monken?
Yeah, you said that.
Now, you know what? If y'all didn't piss on your leg in the AFC Championship game, he would have been gone. He would have been gone.
He was the main one not calling those plays.
He pissed on his leg. That's why he's still there. It was his fault. If he didn't do that, he would have been gone. Now, this year, with the points that y'all are putting up, I don't think it matters. I think he's gone.
But you gotta realize
he's putting up points last year too, though.
Yeah, but you gotta realize you can go anywhere.
It looks different.
You're not going nowhere with no Lamar.
It does. It's a whole lot different.
It looks different.
You're not going nowhere, so you can go somewhere else if you want to.
You can take it, but you can't take Lamar with you.
Hey. Show me the money. I don't care. If I'm Monken.
Whoa, you can take it, but you can't take Lamar with you. Wow.
That's I don't know, yo.
I just want my get back because y'all got me like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you jumped too early.
That's the reason.
What name is say don't press. Don't press.
But the Ravens averaging 472 yards of offense, though. I heard a stat that said we like plus 870 in the run game against our opponents, which is, I mean, the most obviously in NFL history. But I mean, what I saw yesterday with them loaded boxes and Lamar being able to make the throws, like that's been how Kansas City then took us out the last few years. Stack the box, let's make Lamar make the read and make the throw. And so being able to get under center yesterday, like I said, go 11 for 12 in the play action game, like that's growth, that's evolution, and like he continues to just grow as a passer. Like, and your boy Arcisco, he flavoring for what he said.
Oh, a lot of them dudes.
This is about RC's second or third bad take against Lamar before a big
game. He was glazing today, though.
Yeah,
been a couple.
RC. This is not the first time RC I heard you say something crazy about Lamar before game, and now after you, just be quiet, like disrespect it.
Lamar Jackson.
Is it the Steelers angle? Like,
I would rather him just angle. Say that.
Yeah, it's the ESPN angle. Like
it's somebody, and I don't.
They rock paper scissors. Who's going to defend Lamar? Who's going to go against Lamar? It's a science over there.
I would prefer not to have that straw. Don't give me that straw. I'm gonna look stupid. Don't give me that straw. I would much rather you say, "Yo, I'm a Steeler. Fuck him." I can't say that on ESPN, but I'm a Steeler. Fuck him, because Bart would do it. Well, hey, I'm a Raven. Fuck them. Cool.
Yeah,
that's how you feel.
Does.
Is Bart still on there?
RCB.
Yeah, he be on there.
RCB still his takes be a little bit too wild, too out there.
Trying to be Stephen A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly about to say. He's starting to sound like Oreo too much, and I don't like it.
And I know you want Lamar on the pivot. Be smarter. I know, like, yo, I want him on my show. Can y'all not make me say this, please?
Oh, that's done.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Done. If I'm Lamar, done, yeah. I don't think Lamar is that petty. I think he will go in there to show. Like,
listen, I've seen him go on shows with the people.
What's that shit you said?
I've seen him go on shows with the people that say Tyler Huntley throws a better deep ball than him. So
yeah,
he's a forgiving man.
You said about me? So yeah, it'll be a good interview. But
he walks with Jesus. I respect it. He's a forgiving man.
Yeah,
but Lamar Jackson on throws past the sticks over the past 2 weeks. 25 for 35, 439 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 93.3 PFF grade. So that's
not what the league want to see. It's not what the league want to see.
Hold on, Keys, and Keith. Remember when they said he couldn't throw? Remember there were questions. Lamar Jackson, Greg Roman is the coordinator he needs because we have questions of whether he can throw from in the pocket or under center. Remember, under center was a question mark with him. Could he take a snap under center? That's why they forced the pistol on us. Now look at his ass.
Forget.
Yeah, at this point, and don't get me wrong, like I wish the worst for Lamar, but yo, he's talented. The boy can play. Stop with the lazy narratives. It's
Jayden
lazy.
Daniels a better throw the ball. No, he's not. We're talking about a 2-time MVP. He ain't just won an MVP because he was running. God damn,
like those.
He led the league in touchdown passes last year, didn't he?
He hasn't been that this year too.
He'd be more akin to. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there.
To my guy.
I wasn't even. Yeah, I was.
I say it because I'm about to talk about it after the commercial break. Nitty Gritty.
When I want some sports news, Nitty Gritty is definitely who I'm tuning into, man. They show up each week with that uncut, that raw, that unfiltered sports news.
They say the things that everyone else wishes that they can say, but they can't.
Every Tuesday and Saturday, I am locked into my favorite sports show, Nitty Gritty.
Nitty Gritty, the best show out right now. Tune in and listen, stupid.